Look at that. Already starting out looking for a clarifier. Welcome back to my channel. So what we're doing today is, as you know, when the camera zooms in on a pile, I pick a clarifier. So what we're doing today is questions about your sex life. So there's a yes, no, maybe card, a sexual tarot card for 3 questions, and there's also your energy on each one. So this could be anything about sexuality, and we're going to get started. There's also something in this box, and at the end of the video it will be revealed. So we're going with the black key, the blue drop, and then the quarter. So let's get started. Let's find out your questions. I do want to say as a disclaimer that these are not medical sexual questions. If you have medical sexual questions, please consult your doctor. Excellent. So we have your overall energy. We have your first question, sexual clarifier. Actually, I'm going to do it like this in case they get too big. And then we have your second question and your sexual clarifier, and your third question and your sexual clarifier. And then if things come up as we go along, we will get those out too. So your overall energy is journey. That's so very nice. So on my blog, or excuse me, on my Instagram, which is Phoenix Magic Adventures, there is a link there for a free sheet for keeping track of your 3-card readings. Because readings that you are following on the internet, or maybe that you're doing for yourself, if you're able to I keep a binder of all my readings, because that way I can kind of see what I'm doing. It's like reading a book and not really paying attention to what you're reading. So that is in my bio. So your first question is, the answer is yes, certainly. Get out of your own way. Your chosen path is your best path. And your defining card for that is the reverse King of Cups. Now the reverse King of Cups is this is an emotionally abusive situation. Let's get some further clarity on that. What do we mean? Why is that King of reverse? Why is that reverse King of Cups on the board? What do we need to know about that reverse King of Cups? Okay, so that came up as the Nine of Wands. The Nine of Wands is the aspect of, like, it's a test. It's a test of your boundaries. Question number 2. The answer is maybe. Wish. Consider the options. Don't get stuck in the details. Okay. And the card for that one is the reverse sun. The sun reversed is, it's about like a temporary depression. Something in this journey is making you depressed. And it has to do with your sexuality. Because the sun card is the most, it's the happiest card in the deck. So to have that card reversed, there's definitely, you're in a part right now where you're sad. Maybe even a little bit depressed. Let's look at this third question here. Yes, do your best. Keep up the good work. The universe is smiling down on you with the reverse Hierophant, which when it's reversed, the Hierophant is about problems with society or not getting along with how things are supposed to be. It almost feels like you're going through an ascension process. Like you're going on this journey, you're having an ascension process. Currently, you're in a relationship that might not be one that's really helpful for you, especially when it comes to like the abusive part. I also feel like that's carrying over into some of your other questions, because like the reverse sun is one that's like depression. The reverse Hierophant, he's coming in saying, yeah, there's problems. Some of these problems might be with authority or society, but there is problems in this. So there's no other clarifiers being called for. I feel like this message was very specific for someone. Are they thinking about breaking up with their current partner? And if it goes, some of you are new, so I'll explain that if it goes on the Ask a Friend card, then I ask the yes, no, maybe deck for more clarification on the question. Try again. Okay. It feels like your answer is pretty cut and dry. This was one of the smallest readings I've done in quite a while. They were right to the point. They were like, you know it. Trust your intuition. Let's see what this says. Yes. Okay. So you have things figured out, but the great part is you're on a journey, and that means there's more path in front of you. And even as much as it would hurt your heart to feel like, oh, I don't want to get out of this relationship, oh, there's so much writing on it, oh, I have kids or bills or a house with them, you are missing out on your happiness. And the journey is to your happiness. So thank you for stopping by. I didn't really ask for any more clarifiers, so I'm going to let you go now on your journey, your beautiful journey. And of course, loving yourself is definitely the key. Maybe that's why you felt drawn to the key. So I would love to hear what your situation is. Please feel free to go to the end of the video and find out what is in the box. Also, like and subscribe, and I would be happy to reply to any, actually I do reply to messages that I get. All right, let's get started on the blue water drop group. So we have your question in the sexual tarot, your second yes, no, maybe, and the sexual tarot, your third yes, no, maybe. Then this was the original one, and then that's when it zoomed in. All right, so let's get started and answer your sexual questions. I do want to reiterate that this is not medical sexual questions, so if you need to refer to your doctor, please do so as soon as possible. Your overall energy when it comes to your sexuality is, wow, they want to really know about that third question. Woman holding a coin. Grab my deck here and we'll get some further clarification on your third question. Also, on my Instagram, there's a link in my bio for you to get a free sheet that will keep track of 3 card pulls so that you can have a journal of the tarot that you have learned about. So keep track of these things because you'll kind of see that maybe am I asking the same questions, or that the same things keep pulling up for me. So your first question, the answer is yes, rest. This yes could take some time to arrive. It is advised that you take some time to rest and relax. The clarifier was the Four of Cups. The Four of Cups is like kind of feeling a little bit unfulfilled, but it could also be a feeling of like unexpected gifts, which is interesting. Woman holding a coin. Let's see. Question number 2 is no, not at all. This choice does not bring happiness. With the the clarifier of the reverse Ace of Pentacles. Which is greed or going into debt. It feels like this has a lot to do with money. I know it's a sex tarot card reading, but it feels like it has to do with money. Obviously, we have a holding a coin. We have a pentacle here. Let's look at this one. This was something that was really bringing a lot of attention. This answer is no, not in your life. This path will change the course of your life in a way you will not find appealing. These cards that clarified that are the Seven of Cups, the reverse Six of Cups. Oh, it wants another card for it? No, we'll pull that too. And then the third card that came out was the Knight of Swords. Now, because these have like yes or no maybe questions, some of them can like kind of change throughout the reading. So it feels like this has a lot more clarity for you, and this might even be the question that you were really thinking about. So it says not in your life. And the Seven of Cups is it's too many choices. It's being overwhelmed. The reverse Six of Cups, though, is living in the past and kind of being naive. And then the Knight of Swords is somebody who comes in and they're fast thinking. They want you to change your lifestyle. The clarification card that pulled up for that no also was the reverse King of Cups. And the reverse King of Cups is somebody who is emotionally manipulative and abusive. So, focus on your pentacles. Really pay attention to those no's. Sometimes we get a no, we don't like to hear no, and we don't want to settle on that being a no. But there's a lot going on for you here. I would love to hear, because I do feel like this has something to do with Pentacle. This has something to do with money. I know it's a sex reading, but there's some things going on about money as well. And let's see, it's not pulling up on anything else, so you have your answers. I would love to hear what's going on. That one was kind of, usually I can get a feel for what's going on, but you guys are really kind of secretive with your pentacles there. And so I would love to hear your feedback in the comments below. Tell me what's going on with your pentacles and what's going on in your relationship. Also, if you want to proceed to the end, the question of what's in the box will be answered there. Don't forget to like and subscribe. All right, this is for the third group, the people who chose the quarter. And we will be going out with your energy. And then we have your yes, no, maybe question with the energy. We have your second yes, no, maybe question with the clarifier, I'm sorry. And then the third with the clarifier. And then on my channel, if the camera zooms in, we pull a clarifying card from the sexual deck. This is a question or yes, no, maybe answers about your sexuality. But if you have questions about your sexual health or anything along those lines, please see your doctor, as this is for entertainment purposes only and is not medical advice. All right. So, also I wanted to let you know that on my Instagram page of Phoenix Magic Adventures, in the bio, there is a free sheet for 3-card readings, so to be able to keep track of those. Over the time that I've been doing readings, having them in a book where I can like look them up and see, oh wait, is this kind of a theme with this person, has really been helpful. So I wanted to offer that to other people. Let's get started. So your energy for this is victory. Card number 1 is pulling up as no, lies. There is some dishonesty in the mix. Are you lying to yourself? If not, someone else is lying to you. And that was clarified with the 3 of Wands. And the 3 of Wands is about expansion and change. Someone is lying to you, but you have the opportunity to have victory over those lies. Question number 2, yes. The world needs you. Don't worry, you're fulfilling your goals. All is well. And that one came up with the 3 of Cups. And the 3 of Cups is about friendship and celebrations. Wow, that's really interesting. These are very drastic, but it's interesting that they're both 3s. Third question, though, is yes, by all means. When you know it's right, you can use any means necessary to fulfill your dreams. And on this one, we got the reverse 8 of Wands. And the reverse 8 of Wands is about delays, travel issues, frustrations. But you have a lot going on for you. With the world needing you. Oh, let's see. Okay, so we're going to clarify this one a little bit more. And the victory, because they're both kind of in that same spot. So let's clarify that victory card. But why is this person's energy feeling victorious? Here we go. All right. Okay, now we got some things popping. What is that? 3. Yes. Okay. Let's see if anything else. Sometimes it seems like they go really fast in a row. Okay. So with the victory, we got the upright 10 of Swords. Now, that can be the idea of like painful endings, completions, rock bottom, it's the end. But you know what? Sometimes that is the victory, getting to the end. This clarifying card was, ooh, the Knight of Swords. Okay. So upright, the Nine of Swords has to do with like nightmares and anxiety, which really fits with this Lies card. Okay. What do they need to know about the reverse Eight of Wands? What do they need to know about the reverse Eight of Wands? It was the Two of Pentacles. And the Two of Pentacles is about two choices. It really feels like this has to do with a relationship, obviously, with some lies that are going on, and how you are just about... Is the Watcher about to break up with their partner? I like to add to the pendulum in. If it lands on the yellow one, which is ask a friend, we'll pull the yes, no, maybe deck. Don't let people lie to you, even yourself. Honesty is the best policy. It really does help you know how to live your life if you have someone being honest with you. Try again. Okay. Is the Watcher trying to figure out if they should break up with their current relationship? Let's see what else you have on the board, too. Got some 10s, 9s, 2s, 3s. They're all over. We don't really have a pattern of anything. You really don't want to tell the answer to this, do you? You don't want to think about it. So the Watcher thinking about breaking up with their first. Is the Watcher thinking about breaking up their relationship? Is the Watcher thinking? Yes, obviously. If you're paying attention at all, you know the answer is yes. Some of these are a little bit snarky. Okay, so basically you are going to be okay. You have had... Oh, let's do some defining here. Just put that right there. The Five of Wands popped out as the clarifications on that. Rivalry, challenges, obstacles. Is the Watcher being cheated on? I can feel some of you holding your breath. Breathe. You'll know intuitively if this is you or not. This thing is just about gathering the information, and it's also a general reading, so breathe. Okay. No, not possible. It's out of your hands. The universe says this goes against your life goals and purposes. And I'm not going to pull a clarifier because it was on this, but it's really interesting to pull on, definitely. Some of you are getting cheated of and some of you are not. So it is definitely something that you can get further clarification. I'm going to pull one last card here because it did go up on that Nine of Pentacles. Let's give further clarification for some of you about this relationship. What I'm going to do is, what are the people who are being cheated on need to know? Oh, that popped right out. It's two of them. So one is the upright Five of Swords, and one is the reverse Three of Pentacles, and that is the last. That's the last that we're pulling. If you want anything further, you can let me know, but I'm gonna just clear this up, and then we'll be done. There's a lot of you watching this one. That's why it's pulling up so many, but we can't be totally, like when you start getting too many messages coming in for everybody, it gets so convoluted that it's not accurate for, like, people have to pull out so much for themselves that I don't want to get too detailed, because some of you are getting cheated on and some of you aren't, so I don't want to mix those messages. So the Five of Swords, this is for the people who are getting cheated on. The Five of Swords is about bullies and violence and abusive relationships. And then the reverse Three of Pentacles is about no teamwork. And like when you see this is upright, he's uplifting her, but when it's reversed, he's not. So those of you who are being cheated on are also in some way, shape, or form being abused, verbally, mentally, emotionally, sexually. There's so many ways to have people take advantage of you. So those of you who are being cheated on are going to also, like, if you bring up something that you want to talk about, this person's just going to cut you off. If you say, hey, I'm not really comfortable when you go hang out with that person, and they don't say, oh, this is all we're doing, and you can say hello to this person and I have nothing to hide and here's my phone, and there's nothing that they are keeping from you. They're just really open and you are feeling self-conscious. But those of you who are being cheated on, you are also being abused. So if you are in a relationship that you are not being abused in, and you just are kind of feeling like maybe you're not getting as much attention as you did, that's a completely different experience. There is no one else there. The people who are getting cheated on in this reading, this general reading, are also in some way, shape, or form getting abused. And that does not need, that's where your overall energy is coming in. You have victory. You don't need to stay in anything abusive with lies, and you don't need to do any of that. You have, see, if you look at this, she used the sword and knocked over that cup. She's like, you know what? I'm not going to be emotional about this. This really hurt. This was really bad. I mean, even look at that. There's people outside of the bedroom. It's really blurry, but there's people outside here, and she's crying with the sword knocking over the cup. But that was the clarification for victory. So if you need help and you are being abused, there are in every area, especially like, wow, it's 22 minutes and 22 seconds. You have love coming towards you. There are places that you can get out. You are not stuck. Even if you feel like, oh, I don't have money to leave, I don't have these resources to leave, ask your guides for help. Ask your friends and family for help. There is a way for you to get out. You do not need to be abused and lied to. Whew. So thank you so much for stopping by. I feel like you got some questions answered there for you. I'm going to be doing the what's in the box thing here. Thank you much for stopping by, and I'm serious. There's no need for you to be abused. You can get out of this situation. And now it is time for what's in the box. I'm going to put this on the screen in front of us. It is a rock crystal kind of thing. That'll give you a little bit of a hint. See if you can picture the colors, the shape. I'm going to be opening it in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And it was a tiger's eye. You can kind of see the shape of the lines in the tiger's eye. All right, well, I enjoyed having you. Thank you so much for stopping by, and I look forward to reading for you again. Don't forget to like and subscribe and share.